Hi everyone, this is Ashley Jarman from Lightyear Docs, and this is just a quick overview about how the Lightyear Docs platform works. How we've built the platform is fairly user-friendly, so generally speaking you should be able to make your way around the platform without too many difficulties. However, if you do have any problems, we are here to help you along the way. What you're viewing at the moment is the Lightyear Docs homepage, which you can access at lightyeardocs.com.au. When you land on the homepage, up in the top right, you will be required to log in or to register. As you can see, I'm logged in at the moment under my own account. You can see there's some credit which I have, which I'll go through, and your user profile menu up the top, which I'll go through as well. When you land on the site and you're trying to locate a document, you can do that by either searching the document in the search field here, or further down on the page we have all the different categories which you can also have a look through as well. So they're all listed in there as well. For the purpose of this, I'm going to put together one of our more popular documents, which is the Leading Member Kit. So it's the upgrade of an existing SMSF structure into a new Leading Member structure with a corporate trustee already established. So I'm just going to start typing in here, Leading Member, and let's see what comes up. So I've got a few documents there. I've got a Leading Member SMSF establishment, a Leading Member SMSF establishment with individual trustee, the individual deed of variation, and then what's come up here is the Leading Member Kit, upgrade of SMSF deed and corporate trustee to the Leading Member structure. So this one's listed under our RPA strategy packs, and I'm sure you've heard us speak about these strategy packs, which basically bring together 1, 2, 3, sometimes up to 10 of our documents into one very concise process that brings out the entire line all assembled together, which you can basically execute in a matter of minutes. So just clicking on this one here, what that brings up is my purchase page and just a bit of information. So you can have a look here. So the Leading Member SMSF is an SMSF that focuses on the succession of an SMSF to lineal descendants. You can have a read through here. The price of this one is $198, and this one includes both the upgrade of the existing company constitution into the Leading Member structure and also the SMSF deed of variation into the SMSF structure. So some general information about the product here. Generally how long it will take you, it's a very overstated 10 minutes there. Most of our documents will take you no more than 1 to 2 minutes. The benefits of this document and also some frequently asked questions. On all of our documents, we do have whether we recommend it should be electronically signed or not. And generally speaking, any document that needs to be witnessed, we will have a not recommended. There's a bit of information on our site and also available at ilovesmsf.com about why we recommend this. What you decide to do is up to you, but our recommendation for every document is always listed under the frequently asked questions. So once you've been through all of that, you've checked that you have everything you require to go through to the product. Click on Buy the Product. What comes up next is step 2 being where do you want to save this product after it's been purchased. So one of the features which we'll go through a little bit as well is the Lightyear Vault. And in that vault, all of your client documents, are stored within their own folder. So this is for you to access. Clients don't have access. It's more just like your own mini G drive within your Lightyear Docs account. So you can start typing and existing folders that you may have will already come up, or you can start creating a folder. So we'll go Smith, James, and that will create the folder James Smith. So we might go James and Jane Smith. So that will create their own folder within your vault. Next is just the purchasing page with our terms and conditions. You can scroll through and have a read of those. Coming down further, you have 2 options when it comes to the payment. If you have credit in your account, this will be here. So you can pay by credit, your available credit being there, or you can use a credit card. If you have already used a credit card, the card will be saved there with the last 4 digits showing, and you can use that credit card. You can change your credit cards which you have saved in your user profile. So you've got the choice. Do you want to use up your credit or do you want to use your credit card? So I'm going to accept and pay by credit, and you'll watch that amount up the top there. That $3,233 has now gone down by the $198. What loads up now is what we continually refer to as Hot Docs. So behind all of our documents is the Hot Docs engine, which basically enables some pretty rapid integrations, rapid assembly of documents. We own this platform, we own the iframe, and the way that we can assemble documents, create documents, recode documents, make changes, upgrade, execute across every document is very, very, very fast. You can kind of see behind it. It's not pretty, but you can see the power that sits behind it. It's very easy to navigate. Basically just going through and answering the questions. So for this one, the first part of this kit is I need to enter in the existing company details. The Smith family is the company name and the existing ACN. So I'm just putting in here some test data, 1 Test Street. So this pack in particular is for a SMSF that already has a corporate trustee structure in place. So we'll put John Smith here as a sole director, and then we need to tell it what date the deed is going to be upgraded to the new leading member. So we'll put in today. All of our documents, no matter what you go through, they're all the same sort of process. So I'm going to fill this one out really quickly so you can see what happens at the end. The chairman going through all the questions, literally just answering the questions as you go through. As I said earlier, most of our documents can be done within a matter of sometimes seconds, sometimes minutes. I'm just putting any test data in here. No, it hasn't been varied. We'll do this one in South Australia. There are navigation options along the bottom. You can also jump along the side here through the interview outline. You can jump between the pages just to check that everything has been answered. If you've already put in an address, you can press the select button down here. The addresses that you've already entered for this document in particular will come up, and you can just select to have those pre-populated. And a witness name in here. Again, because this one does have a witness, we don't recommend that it is electronically signed. I have the option of putting in a second leading member if I want to for this particular document, but I'm selecting no. This one I need to put in the rule for the variation, so what the existing substitution or governing rules is in the existing deed. And does it require somebody else? No. Next page, basically this is just in summary who will need to sign and execute this document. You don't need to do anything on this page, but when it does come to this, there are a couple of warnings here just to make sure you go back through the document and check that everything has been answered correctly. This document in particular doesn't have an ASIC registration or an ACN application involved in it, as it's the upgrade of an existing. But if it was to have one, we do have that direct integration with ASIC. So once you press finish on the document, that has gone off to ASIC. So any errors, there would be a fee charged by ASIC to alter that registration. So it's really important here to go back and just make sure everything has been answered correctly. At the bottom, you can either click next or finish once you've gone through and made sure everything's answered. Clicking next, that will basically process my document in the background, and just waiting for that one to load up now. It's coming up shortly. As this document is being finalised, it's also been sent through into your Lightyear Vault. If you did not finish the document and you basically wanted to go back in at any time, you could just press Save Answers and it would go into your in-progress documents, which I'll take you through in a minute. So as you can see here, the documents have all been assembled, and for this kit in particular, I got the documents required to upgrade my existing SMSF to the leading member structure, and also I got some strategy text and guidelines. So if you needed for generally speaking, this would only come through for RPA strategy packs. So we've put through, I'll download and show you, but we've put together just some standard text that you may like to use for any sort of advice document, client file notes, to discuss with your clients, etc. So you can either click download all documents or just download the individual documents. If they are a series of documents, they will always come out together. The only stuff that comes out separately are just instructions or guidelines or things that are standalone separate from the documentation. So just bringing up that strategy text quickly, you can have a scroll through and read of it. It's just basically text that you can use in a statement of advice or a review SOA or client file notes around that particular strategy. So this one was the upgrade of the SMSF to leading member. And then what we have here is our 2 documents that have come out as part of this strategy kit. So the first one here is the constitution upgrade to the leading member corporate trustee of an SMSF. So there's the special resolution by the company. We've got John Smith, he's the chairperson. There's a resolution at the beginning, which him and any other members that we put in would be required to sign. Then we go through, there's the new version of the Constitution with all the leading members. If we keep scrolling down further, we also then come to the deed of variation. So the leading member SMSF trustee deed of variation. All of our documents are signed off by TGA Legal, so they're all completely signed off by Tony over at TGA Legal. What comes through first here is our product disclosure statement, going down, which we're required to provide for any SMSF documents, going through this, at the end of this, we then have our deed of variation. So the trustee of the fund and the leading member, the date that it was originally established, we put in that rule number from the existing fund that allows the substituted governing rules, and then the signing and the execution and the witness at the bottom there. Following that is the new SMSF trust deed, which obviously aligns to the new leading member rules. That one is there for you, and once that has it's spat out and been assembled, it's also available under My Vault. So up at the top here, you can access My Vault under your username, and there are all the files that I've created, the folders for all of my different clients. At any time, you can rename them using this edit button. You can just rename over the top. That one that I just created then, I made for, John and Jane Smith. Within each folder, all of the documents are categorized, that they're saved into their own file again, a subfolder called with the name of the document being the document name. That what's come out there is the leading member kit as a PDF, and also that strategy text. The document reference is also always the same as your invoice number, so that would have been emailed to you when you press purchase. So you can always go back and search using the search function here in the Vault if you're trying to match up invoices to documents. Once your document has been assembled, you have 24 hours in which you're able to relaunch that interview process and make edits. So that little rocket button here will relaunch that interview process that we just went through, and you can go in and make edits. Once you've completed a new version of the document, it will bring it back in here, but it won't override anything here. So it becomes a bit of an audit trail for you. After 24 hours, that little rocket symbol will disappear and you'll no longer be able to relaunch that. You can download from here, and you can also delete them out. We don't recommend that you do delete them out, more so that you can always go back and see what's been generated for any particular client. Back up to the menu here, we also have our My In Progress docs. So if I was to save something, I hadn't quite finished it yet, we can go in here. These are all the documents that I've started for this client, and you can see they're in progress, the date that I initiated it. You can go back and see your document reference number, and then you can relaunch the interview process from the little rocket button here as well. So that's how the Lightyear Vault works. There is more information about how it works in our support center. So you can access our support center anytime across the top here. Clicking on support center will open up in a new window for you, and you can basically type in any question and try and get an answer for it. So I want to maybe who founded Lightyear Docs, maybe. So who founded Lightyear Docs, and it's bringing up some other articles with those sorts of letters in them as well. So we've got frequently asked questions, we've got videos, training tutorials, and over the coming weeks and months, we'll continually build on this. Strategy text, some technical questions, videos on each document, basically anything you need. If you are on the site and you need help as you are going through, there is a live chat feature here, which you can launch at any time, putting your details in, start the chat, and you can basically ask anything at any time. So, who founded Lightyear Docs? That as soon as they receive that on the other end, someone will come back and will be able to answer that for you. So we'll leave that one sitting there. So let me know someone's received it. And Daniel's on the other end at the moment, so he's just typing away there. And let's see what he's come back with. So good morning. So this is generally online. There we go, he's answered our question for us. So Lightyear Docs was founded by Grant Abbott. So we're generally online most hours of the day. If we're not online, this would turn into a contact form, and that as soon as we are online, we would get it. But all of our contact details are at the bottom, so you can email us direct, you can call us. Probably using the chat function is the fastest way to get an answer. Otherwise, we're always available on phone or email as well. What else have we got on the site? Okay, so the user profile. So you can go into your profile settings at any time, update your details. This is also, I haven't saved a credit card to this account as I've been using my credit, but you can also save, delete, update your credit cards under this section here as well. This will be built out when you do register and you go through a bit of an onboarding with one of our salespeople. This will be built out more specific to your firm. So who's the best contact, how many funds you look after, all things like that. So we can tailor your experience on Lightyear Docs to your firm. We have a change password feature, and then obviously the log out. So that's pretty much an overview of how the site works. One final thing I wanted to show you is down the bottom here. We do have a letter of advice that's been provided to us by TGA Legal that does show that using the Lightyear Docs strategy platform does not breach the Legal Professions Act. So you can access that here, download it, and just for your peace of mind, you have a read through it that's been signed off around the legal, our legal obligations and how using our platforms does not breach that act. So you can download that one and have a read, and that's been provided to us by our lawyers, TGA Legal. I think that's all pretty much over the site. If you have any questions, you can access the support centre. If you need help around pricing, any further information around Hot Docs or why we've used Hot Docs, feel free to contact us at any time. Other than that, it's fairly simple to navigate your way around.